Welcome to my channel, Tuning Wheel Tarot. If you have not been here before, please consider subscribing to help pass these messages along to those that need them. A like would also be appreciated. If this reading resonates with you, feel free to drop a comment. If it does not resonate you, this may not be your energy. So you may consider this reading to be timeless. I am this evening using the Grateful Dead Tarot deck on this full moon evening. The blood moon eclipse was early this morning. Remember to charge your crystals if you got them. Part of the reason why I'm doing this reading, so I remember after I'm done. I haven't charged my crystals in a while, so putting them out on a windowsill is sufficient. I would not advise necessarily like washing certain crystals, especially ones like selenite, because these can actually dissolve. They get in water. It's not quite like, just melt, like a giant Mentos. Is that what this is? A giant Mentos? Please do not try that at home, people. Yeah, crystal visions. Anyway, I did break one of these one time, and then I read that you can use it to help fertilize your plants with the minerals. And both of those plants are still alive, by the way. And I do not necessarily have the best green thumb. So you can ask my mother. She's giving me many plants over the years. I'm doing a lot better with them now, I have to say. So, Spirit, what do we have for this collective on the full moon? Grateful collective, please, Spirit. Yes. No. Okay. We talking tonight. We're going to do a Celtic cross. Wow. First card's the strongest. Fire. Justice. Nanu. Okay. So 1111. Nanu. Okay. Justice is number 11. Libra. Balancing the scales. Again, almost kind of representing a gateway. Because there's potentially a gateway between heaven and hell, right? Walking that fine line. Isn't that the Johnny Cash movie, Walk the Line? What was the Walk Tall or Walk Hard? I don't know. It was that guy from Step Brothers, the movie that everybody else likes but me. I like some stuff. I couldn't get into it, so they would sue me. Oh, let's see. Okay. Wow. We take and we give. Indeed. Tongues a wagging here. Coming out in the foundation. A little bit disturbing. Now, wait a second. Should I have taken them from the top? Thank you. All right. Foundation. Wow. Gosh, what was I just talking about? The portal. 1111. Four of Wands. Wow. This reading's going to make a lot more sense now. Actually, this would be foundation. Sorry, Spirit. Thank you. I'm not quite sure since I kind of screwed up on. All right, so what we're going to do. It's going to be a little bit out of order, but I think this is what Spirit's trying to tell me to do. Okay. Thank you. I'm just going to lay these down here. And you have judgment. You have justice and judgment. This justice card here is like all about the fire and brimstone too. Like this is a wieldly, chasing the dragon loose on the town, right? Snip, snap. And look, that looks like what his tail could do to you. Get out of line, right? Lady of Mystery, the moon, the high priestess moon here. On this full moon too, interestingly,
enough. The Judgment also representing duality. The 2-2, well, it's not exactly 2-2, but that's how I'm reading it here. It is the 4 winds, so you could say 2 and 2. So if you haven't checked out your North Node and your South Node yet, please do so. Because like you have like, when you think about 4 winds and 2 and 2, you have North and South, and then you have East and West, right? So kind of like the, laws of physics, every action has an equal and opposite reaction. So if you're heading forward, maybe that's kind of what this fire card is like. He's heading forward, right? So the wind, and this is Libra also. So that's an air sign. So when you move forward physically, like there is a tailwind, like that's just the law of physics. Like energy is moving around. So to think that energy might not impact us is kind of a silly notion. So this is like very, very steadfast so far. And maybe that's what's coming up ahead for somebody is the thought of moving this energy around as being a silly notion. And that in itself is a lie. And the 5 of Swords is about lies. So maybe somebody here is going to see the truth, especially since you have the Justice card and you're also backed up with the Judgment, okay? So I don't know why I'm getting emotional, but I just got that kind of wave come over me. Okay. So yeah. Again, this is the Justice, and then this is the Judgment. So, when we talk about towers in the Tarot, well, here's a tower that's been universally granted, by the universe, saying, look at that. You can let that bell ring out now. You're going to come home. May the 4 winds blow you safely home. You're going to come home to living in that truth. And that's what justice is about, okay? And the truth of the scales here, and then you're walking that line. Ooh, boy. Hallelujah. Okay. I feel like maybe what's crossing here more is this 5 of Skulls, but Spirit, can I draw a card for the collective for the crossing portion of the Celtic cross? What is crossing? Justice, please, for the collective spirit. Thank you. Okay. Well, Terrapin of Roses, the Ace of Cups. Ooh, boy. Okay. So I think what Spirit's trying to say here, oh, wow, and there's 5 as well. You guys, this is crazy. I don't know if the illustrator's meant to do this, okay? But you see with the 5 of Skulls here, there's literally 5 skulls, right? And here on this Terrapin of Roses, it's like pew, 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 pew. There's these 5, streams of water coming at it in that direction. That's how the card got laid down. Even though it feels like, so that makes sense now, okay. Is when I say it looks like he's looking away, not towards, okay? Like it's the opposite of love. Exactly. If you're facing, okay. Yeah. Because he's seated towards the Judgment where the love is. So, okay, this is making sense. So you may be this air sign. You may be this Libra. I don't know, okay? I'm just trying to read the energy and not like focus too specifically on certain things, but those are the correlations, just so you know. And that's why it's important to know your chart, because if it's not resonating and you're like, wait, I'm a Libra and I'm this and that and blah, blah, Well, we have all aspects of all the all 12 zodiac signs in our chart. So it might be your moon sign is Libra, or your Venus is in Libra, something of that nature. And speaking of things of that nature, astrologically speaking, Mars retrograde is going to go through mid-January, and then right before Thanksgiving, Jupiter is going to turn direct. So maybe that's where this opportunity is coming in. But this near future, how near in the future? But again, I feel like Spirit's saying, here you have a choice. Sure have made a choice. Rush. Ever hear that band? Oh boy. Okay. And this Ace of Cups, it's almost like you're going to be you have the chance, okay? This is the thing where it's like, you have to choose, okay? But it's going to help or harm. Well, how you proceed is up to you. Now, one could say if you follow the path of love, you'll never go wrong. Some folks might say, well, from my experience, I ended up with something that kind of looked like this staring back at me, right? This is a Septarian stone, by the way. Has a little spot on top. I actually took this with me when I went to get my tattoo. I don't recall why, but yeah. Anyway. Oh boy. FY, the Cars are playing the song. I like the nightlife, baby. Dun, dun, dun. I'll have to link it in the description when I'm done with this reading. So yeah, the opportunity is going to present yourself, Libra. I want to say, again, collective. It's going to present yourself with an opportunity to shoot love in the direction of lies. Now, how that's going to turn out, I don't know. We're going to have to pull some more cards, But that's just saying that that's the, that you're probably, that, again, if this is not your story, then don't make it fit, right? But if this is something that you might see yourself running into, or you've run into this in the past, and you're just like, oh my God, is the cycle repeating again? Yes, okay. And yeah, there's people out there that tell lies, right? Like they made a whole movie about what was that? The Invention of Lying with Ricky Gervais. I thought that was a pretty good movie. It's kind of dry on the dry side, but he's, he was the original Office guy. It was like the British comedy, so it was like more dry humor. I like the U.S. version too, and don't get me wrong, but I'm just, it just came up. Anyway, so the Invention of Lying. So yeah, you can shoot this love. What's love got to do? Got to do with it, you might say, because I don't give a crap about these liars and my energy. I wouldn't either. I mean, you're right about that, right? Yeah, as above, so below. If you don't want them to be in your dream space, don't invite them into your carriage. All right? Cancer energy. If you are a water sign, you may want to check out the reading I just uploaded. I have 7 channeled songs in that, all linked in the description. So if you're kind of just a person that resonates with music and things of that nature, that's part of why I kind of, started this channel. So I'm a musician also, but I can't, that's like, I'd be playing music day and night. Like, but I just want to get these messages out here. And that's the thing is I feel like music has the power to heal. Obviously, if you are a Grateful Dead fan, you understand that very, very well. So, Spirit, what do we have here for the collective? Let's get to the bottom of it. Oh, Tower energy. Scorpionic energy, Mars energy. This came out 2 reads ago. Well, actually, it was clear. Anyway, different read. Sometimes I get themes between the reads, though, so I like to point it out, just because that can indicate that if you are on that timeline, that the cycle is, still relevant. Okay. We talk a lot about cycles in tarot, like closing out a chapter. It's like just like on a book, like, okay, so we did that, and that was the end of that chapter, right? And then we open up a new one. Sometimes the thing is there's still things going on in that chapter of our lives, right? So, kind of poking into the energies might help explain why you may have been feeling a certain way, and just realize it's not uncommon, and that's why it's coming out to like me, a stranger, right? As an energy read, because it is something that happens. It is something that's in the collective. And in one of my last videos, I was just saying, like, we're all walking each other home. So, if you can benefit from the human story that comes out here, that may help you on your journey if that is a direction that you're headed. And again, if not, then, you might want to click off of this video and onto something else that's more entertaining for you. So, okay. Yeah. Devil energy, the wolf. Don't murder me, right? Don't make it fit, right? Capricorn, there as well, but yeah. Yeah, Capricorn's gonna be like, yeah, hit January when that Mars retrograde ends. I'm gonna be by the fire, staying nice and toasty. All right. I don't care, even if you're in the South, they got fireplaces down there too, which, good thing. I'm trying to think of if that's a true story about that actress that was in Gone with the Wind, and when she died, like, she didn't have heat in her house, and I was like, oh my God, but she lived like in Georgia or something, so it was like kind of common that she didn't, But I think it was sad because she was so poor, like, at the end, and I don't know, I'll that's Butterfly McQueen, so I don't quote me on it. That's going on a memory from a long time ago. Okie dokie. Spirit, what's an environment for this collective, please? Ooh. 5 of Pentacles. Yeah. Environmental shakeup, right? I mean, here in the U.S., we just had a general election day. A lot of people, went out to the polls and voted. There's going to be winners and losers. If you are a deadhead, a couple videos ago, I channeled too many losers. And posted a link to a live performance. I believe it's at the Cap. Don't quote me again. It was 1982. So, but it was quite fun to watch. And, even if it's kind of one, and that's the thing, it's like, still being grateful for what we have, right? So, Bobby and the Midnights might not be everybody's cup of tea, even in the Deadhead world land, and it might have been too, 80s or whatever, along with that kind of sound. But it was fun. And when I was watching that live video, and the reason I posted the live video, I love live performances. They're just something that you can get out of that energy that you make. It doesn't translate through studio recording. I don't care how good it is. Now, and for good or bad, right? It doesn't always go well. Like, oh, my candle went out over here. Oh, okay. Yeah, that's the end of that one. I need more tea lights. That one had sage in it. So that was another thing that came up. Thank you, Spirit, for reminding me. Cleansing your space, saging your space may be beneficial to you, the same as with charging of your crystals. Ooh. Alrighty. Feeling all right. 5 and 5. Yeah, so being grateful for what we have, you know, because there are, you know, winners and losers. Oh yes, and so when I was Spirit was in the hopes and fears, please, for the podcast. So when I was watching that video, it was just so cool seeing the joy of the other players on the stage with Bob Weir, because you know they were probably like, "Hey man, I'm playing a gig with Bob Weir tonight. This is awesome! Like, I don't care what we're called, right? Like." You know, you can just tell. So, thank you. Knight of Bolts, Knight of Wands. Yeah, this is that kind of fun, playful energy. You know, it could be a little fly-by night. No pun intended, but kind of intended. You know what I'm saying? But yeah. Let's continue in the outcome here. Ooh, yeah. So spirits. Yoo-hoo. Thank you. Yes. Oh my gosh, and here we are. The truth comes out in the end, right? You can gypsy tramps and thieves all you want, but a liar will be revealed. Yeah. See, he has a shell. These liars don't have anything to protect them but their lies. A lie is not very good protection. No. So the thing with the Knight of Wands is it's kind of like a little bit of a reckless energy. You know, a quick mover. So if you are dealing with somebody in your energy, maybe, you know, they might be a fire sign. But yeah, and the thing is, they may be now being forced to take a look at themselves, and you know, since you're already backed up by the justice. You know, you are the eye that can see. Okay, and what's coming down. That's what's kind of enveloping this, right? In part of the fearful energy. Wow, that's interesting. Okay, that needs to go back there. All right, what's on the bottom of it, please? Yeah, the 5 of Cups. There's another 5. Somebody feeling left out, staying up at night, but you know what? That's how it's supposed to be. There's that Chariot again. You know, it's 2's a party, 3's a crowd, right? Something of that nature. Oh boy. Yeah. Be better off alone than dealing with that all day long. Okay. Let's pull a Work Your Light, since we do have that big beautiful moon out there. Ocean Jasper was recommended to me this month. I've had this stone for a while though, but it is a quite nice one that I enjoy having. So that's a stone, you know, I mean, but that's part of like a crystal that, you know, I guess, you know, I would still charge. You know, some people collect geodes. I mean, let's see. Like I used to have more like turquoise jewelry. I have some turquoise jewelry, but I don't know if I have all of the turquoise I used to have. You know what I mean? As you age and things, you move around, sometimes things get lost. I was actually gifted a blue and red turquoise ring earlier this year in April. It was kind of an interesting experience. It was at a show. Yeah. Right. All right, Spirit, what we got here? Transformation. Looks more like ancient Egypt to me. Bam! Is that Beyonce? Are we in the beehive yet? I mean, who is paying out that lottery? Is it Beyonce? Beyonce and Steve Jobs fund. I forgot he's no longer with us. Yeah, inventor of the iPhone, Steve Jobs. Wow. I don't know where that came from. Anyway. Things are
Now I know. Holy shit, you guys, you are not going to forget this. I'm just going to put it up here so you can see it before I even read it, even though it's a little bit backwards.
Things are changing at a
cellular level. Deep healing.
Okay. You're changing your vibration, right? Because you have the justice, you have the judgment, you got the love. You got the love, baby. You have your foundation. I mean, this is like you feel like you're set, like you have your dream come true. And the thing is, it's like, but you're still kind of walking through the mystery of life, right? There's more to explore, and you're finding that love is the answer, right? Okay. So this transformation is going to occur, it can, and it's like on these towers, it can either occur like, oh, or it can occur like, but this is actually a very beautiful looking tower that, if you had to choose. So 5 might be important here. Maybe there might, I don't like to, the thing with lies is like, when it starts, it starts with 1, and then it's like then 2 discuss, and then 3, and so on, right? So could there be 5 people involved, or are there 4 people involved around a singular person? It's possible. Don't make it fit collective if it's not your story. Back to the Steve Jobs thing. Things are changing at a cellular level.
So, kids, that is not about cell phones. And in ancient Egypt, they did not have cell phones, right? Like, when are we going to see that doctored photo? But, our skin is made of cells. Every organ in our skin is the largest organ in our body, right? Anatomy. Don't know much about science books. Don't know much about the Finch I took. But I do know that I love you. And I know that if you love me too, what a wonderful world this could be. Oh, I don't claim to be an A student, but I'm trying to be. If it done, baby, an A student, baby. Akasha. Your guidance is divinely guided. So divinely guided means, this is kind of, right, yeah. See, like you're walking down this hallway. It's kind of like bumper. It's like kind of bumper pool, or not bumper pool, but bowling with the bumpers. You know what I mean? Like you... You're going to continue on this path. Spirit's not going to allow you, the divine is not going to allow you to flub it up. They're going to say, this is the direction. It's going to be clear, all right? And if you go too far this way, you're eventually going to get back into this hallway until you get to where you're supposed to be going, okay? Akasha, they also talk about Akashic records. I'm no expert in that. I know very little, to be honest. I know about, kind of their existence and the reference and spirituality. I believe in the Hindu religion, it comes up. I took a class, a religion class, and we talked about Hinduism for like a hot second, like 20 something years ago. So, that might be something worth looking into if you are interested in that topic. But in the end, your guidance is divinely guided. And I mean, there's some Led Zeppelin on right now, which some people would say like they're the greatest rock and roll band ever, right? So, and which I just learned this evening by listening to the radio. Local radio station, I think they said that the 4 Led Zeppelin albums were released over the course of 3 years, which would be unheard of in any record industry that's like since the 80s and so on, So even back then, it was a little, kind of unusual. There's that Tom Jones again. It's not unusual.
Hey, Deadheads. If you love Janice like I do, and I do, definitely check out her Little Girl Blue performance on the Tom Jones show. It's amazing. And then there's a song that they do together. I can't remember which one it is. And it's so cute that like Tom Jones is trying to like, he's just so different. Like it's like he was the real life, almost like Austin Powers, but not a comic book character, like, I don't know. Anyway, no, wait, postpone, pause, say no. Ooh. Again, this is looking very ancient Egypt to me, guys. This is kind of wild. So if there's a storm coming, if somebody is storming in, it's okay to say no. Right? Take a pause. Pause for the cause. Look at what's happening here. See this pyramid in the background? In the shadow? There's a storm cloud, right? And it's trying to obscure that divine pathway. Right? This one right here. And then, you know what? Oh, yeah. You know what? There's that pyramid I've been looking for, right? Oh, yeah, it's right there. It's just somebody came in here with their storm. Shitstorm, BS storm. You know what I'm talking about. Yeah, they're going to have to pay for that crap. Mm-hmm. And there ain't nothing sometimes that anybody can do about it. Somebody's just going to feel left out. Oh, well. Figure out who your friends are, right? All right, collective. Wow, that took a little turn in a direction that I was not. But this is very powerful. And just if you are somebody who's, not comfortable with confrontation and things of that nature, just remember that no is a complete sentence, okay? So you can say no, and you don't have to do anything else. You can pause. You can wait. Or you can just say no and then be done with it, right? That's the thing about all this. This is an energy, right? But what you do with it during the storms, that's going to determine where you fall, right? Are you going to be looking into broken glass, or are you going to be looking beyond, right, to the mountaintop? Because you got that in the foundation. Da-da-da-da-da-da-da. Can't remember what the song's called at the moment, but anyway. Whoo! Yep. Okay. Let's do messages from the light. If you have not subscribed, please, please, please give me a subscribe. Help spread these messages around. Spirit, when we got here before my video closes out. Thank you for being with me and listening to these messages and supporting this energy. Thank you. Spirit, awakening. Yep, fall back, right? So we all got a little bit of extra sleep. But sometimes, you know what? We get them towers in our lives. That's a wake-up call.